That was sweet. That was super, super cool. I'm just burning this bank right now. And I've been fishing this eelgrass, and I'm on the river, and you can see it where our momentum is going down river. But I've been absolutely just putting on the burner, and I messed around with them and lost them, but just put on the afterburners with this spinnerbait. This happens to be a war eagle. I like the color of it. I think it's just a real sexy looking bait, but that was a really good fish. And like I said, I'm just heading down the river, paralleling the bank, and I'm really just burning this thing fast. And I'm using the willow blades because there's all sorts of different styles of blades, Colorados, Indianas. I feel like I can burn these willow blades a lot faster. So that's the whole goal here, is just really high speed retrieve and getting a reaction strike. Don't give them time to think about it. I mean, I can watch all the bites for the most part. I'm watching my whole retrieve all the way back to the boat. And you'd be surprised how hard and vicious a fish will eat a spinnerbait at high speeds. It is quite outstanding. Another one. There we go. Sweet. Right tight to the bank. These fish are right on the bank. Come here. Nice. That last one was about twice as big. Oh boy, they're a handful. But I've got a little chunk to them. But that's just super fast retrieve on a spinnerbait. It's super fun too. Cover a lot of water. On the river here, I kind of need to because I can come up so many miles. I've got a TH jack plate on the back of the boat, so I can run some pretty skinny water, but that allows me to get up several miles up a river. But you also need to cover that water too, and I'm not gonna do that with like a jig or Texas rig or something like that. I need some kind of a crankbait or lipless, or in this instance a spinnerbait. This is probably one of my all-time favorite baits to throw too, as far as like just a a chuck and wind bait. Seems like today the fish are relating to the weeds, not so much the log jams and the wood and stuff around the river. So I'm just picking the most favorable side of the bank and just covering water. And I mean, I got a spinnerbait because I'm dealing with this eelgrass. I'm not as likely to use like a trebled bait, like a square bill or something like that. I want a single hook bait. I don't want to be fighting the weeds any more than I already have to. I've got braid on here, but I do have a fluorocarbon leader, about what, 1.5 leader on there, just for a little bit of invisibility and a little bit of stretch. So all I'm using today is a 7.2 medium heavy. I don't like a real beef stick when I'm fishing a spinnerbait. I want a little bit faster gear ratio reel. This is at 7:3 on a full spool of braid. I got no problem picking line up plenty fast. But that's kind of the combo I'm using today, and it's a pretty slick setup for burning spinnerbaits. There's one. Sporty one. Come here. Yep. You'll notice with my spinnerbait too, little porker, you'll notice with my spinnerbait that I don't have a trailer on here right now. Right now, it's just a pain in the butt to put a trailer on there. The way I'm fishing, I'm just making multiple casts. I'm getting some short strikes, and with the nature of the river, you're kind of under the mercy of the current. The Ultrex can only do so much, So I'm using the current to oh my gosh, there's another one. Good Lord. using the current to my advantage and just kind of going downstream, easing down the side of the bank parallel. I haven't caught any real giants, but I did have a nice one on. You can see this eelgrass right here, and it makes walls. There's walls here. And so I'm just running the spinnerbait upriver parallel to those walls. And those fish are hanging in there, because right now it's about the best place to hide. If you're a bait fish, that's where you want to be. The smallmouth, the largemouth, pike, muskies, everything right now are really relating to weeds this time of year. So it's a good way to cover a lot of water. And with the nature of a spinnerbait, it looks like a little ball of bait fish or whatever, it definitely gets bit.